All right, it is Friday, October 9th, and we are live. Today, during this live coding session, I'm going to be taking a look at Prism.js. I haven't worked with it at all before, and I'm going to be trying to put together a language definition for Cold Fusion, CFML. The reason being is I'm hoping to migrate my blog from Jekyll to 11D. 11D supports Prism for syntax highlighting. I need something to highlight the syntax of all the old Cold Fusion code that I've written in previous blog posts. And so Prism seemed like it was the way to go. Now, I'm literally starting from scratch here, so probably going to be a lot of mistakes along the way, but I'm hoping I don't think it'll happen necessarily within this session. That would be remarkable, but I'm hoping to put together a CFML language definition for Prism starting right now. So literally starting from scratch here. I haven't even forked the repository yet, so we're going to kick off with that and really start from zero here and see what we can do. All right. We'll clone it. And we will hop into it. And we will open it up in VS Code. I think we're zoomed in enough here so that you can see what I'm doing. I'll just give it maybe one more for clarity. And then we'll hop back over to the docs and see what we need to do. All right, every language definition is defined as a set of tokens which are expressed as regex, for better or worse. For example, this is the language definition of CSS, so string, Prism language CSS. So what I'm probably going to do, just what I'm thinking is I'm not going to do all of CFML. I'm really going to be focusing on CF script. And for that, I'll probably be seeing what's done with JavaScript because they're very similar, and with Java. And between the two of those, I think I should be able to cover my bases. So for the CSS language, this is how comments are defined. Man, I'm really going to have to brush up on my regex. At rule, not sure what's going on there. Inside, keyword, URL, selective string property, important function, punctuation. Interesting. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll see. Okay. A regular expression literal is the simplest way to express a token. An alternative way with more options is by using an object literal. With that notation, the regular expression described in the token would be the pattern attribute. Okay, inside this property accepts another object literal with tokens that are allowed to be nested inside this token. All right, we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at these when we need them rather than trying to learn them all right off the bat. We've got helper functions, creating a new language definition. All right, so new file components, Prism. I guess with the name, they're all gonna be prism-foo-bar.js. So we're gonna hop into Prism, open up components. So we're gonna grab the Prism-js. Oops, didn't spell Prism right. Prism-javascript. So JavaScript. Okay, there we go. We got 3 files there. I'm assuming the minified one is after it's built. So here's the JS one. And we will hop over to the sidebar file, and it will be prism dash. Now, the weird thing here is I'm not sure what to do. Technically, I think I'd want to call it CFML, but I think I'm going to go with CF script just because it doesn't cover all of CFML. CF script.js. That's blank. let's just see what else we have to do before we close that sidebar. In this example, we choose foo-bar as the ID of the new language. So CF script is the ID. Language ID should be unique. Work with that. All good. Edit the components JSON to register the new language by adding it to the languages object. Please note that all language entries are sorted alphabetically by title. So we're going to hop into components JSON. Components JSON. And this is going to be, let's get rid of that sidebar. This is going to be in here. Those are themes. We will close them. Languages, meta, markup, CSS, CLike, JavaScript. So what did it say there? It said language entries are sorted alphabetically by title. Oh, by title. Okay. All right. So A's, B's, C's, L, M, N, O. All right. Between CoffeeScript and Concurrence. So we'll register it as CF script. Title will be, I mean, I think the title has to be Cold Fusion, although should it be Cold Fusion or should it be CFML? Let's move this. Let's make it CFML as the title. So I'm just going to move this back up. HCP. We're going to do CFML, alias. I'm going to do CFC as an alias. And the owner, yeesh, for now is going to be me. So MJ Clemente. CF script, title, alias, owner. There's probably more things we could put in that, but that's a starting point. Your language definition depends on any other languages. You have to specify them here by adding a require. We'll take a look at that later. Any changes made to components JSON require a rebuild. See step 3. Rebuild Prism by running npm run build. This will make it available on the test page. And you can open up test.html in any browser, select your language, and see how it highlights. Okay. No, you have to, okay, so let's just do that first. We'll hop in and we will run npm build. Prism. Let's shrink this guy and do npm run build, npm build, npm run build. Run build. I should probably run npm install first. All right, cool. And we'll see how this goes. See what other steps we have here while we're waiting. So where am I? That's the test page. Oh, so but if I run build, is anything actually going to be? Oh, we'll find out how this works as we do it. We're in here. We're going to do npm run build. And we'll see where that test page. We just open up that test page. Is that the built version, or is the built version in components docs, examples, tests, themes? Is this where it actually gets built? No. npm run build. Document 2 files, docs create, docs remove, add 5 account default. So let's just see how we view this locally, because I'm really not sure. Let's see what the commands are in package.json. Build, test. We have all our tests. So build just one scope, test aliases, test core, test dependencies, test examples, languages, patterns, plugins, runner. So how am I supposed to, that's the test page here. You can open your local test HTML on any browser. Okay, so let's try this here. Allegedly, although I don't know if that actually, I'm assuming that's the one that should be opened. But shouldn't CFML, or should CFML? Oh, it isn't here. All right. CFML is here. So, well, it has nothing, so nothing is going to show. All right, cool. So I guess that's where I test it. Good enough. Rebuild. You have to reload the test page to apply changes, but you don't have to rebuild Prism itself. However, if you change components, JSON, these changes will need to build. Write the language definition. The above section explains the makeup of the language definitions, adding aliases. So we already have that CFC alias. Aliases can have titles. All right. Yeah, we could do that and add some tests. All right, so I want to get some basic stuff up and running, and then I will add the tests. So I guess I'm not BDDing this, but let's see what we can get running for Prism Bro. Components JSON, don't need it. Prism CF script. So let's look at Prism JavaScript and just see what we have here. Actually, we should look at components JSON just to see what the top level JavaScript language looks like here. We're working our way through. I assume the top level one is, there we go, JavaScript. Requires C-like, interesting. Modify markup, optional, regex, alias JS, option default. Okay, so it requires C-like. C, interesting. I don't even know what C-like is. Hop back into the, okay, so, and then let's take, while we're here, let's take a look. Let's open up Java. Because in a lot of ways, because this one's set up differently, that top level function, I wonder if that's a previous approach or a new one. Probably previous. Keywords are defined based on the Java naming convention, class names. Also, so I have to find out why everything, or why these, I guess I should extend C-like as well, given that Java and JavaScript are probably what I'm going to be basing this on. So we have class names, keywords, functions, numbers, operators, triple quoted strings, annotations, namespaces, generics. I mean, that looks kind of straightforward and like it's very possible. Let's hop back to JavaScript. All right. Prism languages, JavaScript. Let's see a function at the end. A lot going on in here. Interesting. Okay. So this extends C-like. If we go into components, I'm assuming that the Java one does the same. Java requires C-like. Okay, so we're gonna, for CF script, we are also going to require C-like, which means we need to build again. because we're adding a dependency. Okay. Now we'll hop back. Let's start with Java since that one. Let's start with JavaScript. Prism classes languages dot JavaScript equals. And let's, you know, let's take a little tour here, just to see. So this seems, I'm not sure why we're wrapping all these. Okay, so that's Ruby, Python. Okay, prism.languages.python equals. That looks like that's how the alias gets assigned. Punctuation operator, number Boolean. I mean, this looks pretty straightforward too. Okay, time to actually start writing some code and see if we can see how much we break. Okay, so C-like gives us the ability to grab a class name. So let me just see how we're using C-like in Java. Not there. Oh, but there is a class name. All right, so let's see what C-like looks like. C-like. Comment pattern, string pattern, class name pattern. So a bunch of standard stuff there. Okay, that makes sense. Hop back to JavaScript. Let's grab the whole thing. And we'll paste that in. And let's just see how broken we get with our test drive. So if we hop into, so let's put some Cold Fusion code in here. Actually, I probably need to zoom in here for you all. There we go, that's better. What I'm gonna grab here. So I did a little work on a syntax highlighter for Rouge, which is one that Jekyll uses. So there's a bunch, and then I think I grabbed this code from CF Parser. So I'm gonna grab just a piece of this. Why don't I grab the whole thing? Why don't I just grab the whole thing and paste it in? A lot of code. And let's grab CFML. And right now I'm getting, did I refresh this? First, we rebuilt, right? Let's make sure we rebuilt. 17, 15. Make sure that build happens, and then we'll refresh. I think the insert before will probably kill to begin with, but let's refresh this. And you know, let's, rather than copying everything, because that's too difficult to read, let's just grab some basic like object code here, dump this in, and see show tokens. What does show tokens do? So nothing's being grabbed there. We're gonna do this if we hit, all right, if we hit JavaScript, what happens here? We get some stuff highlighted, and show tokens shows us what's getting highlighted. Okay. If we do CFML, oh, you know what? Everything's CFML is obviously not going to work because everything in it I left as JavaScript. So that was a real bonehead move. Prism.languages.cfscript extend C-like class name. Okay, pattern, keyword, bunch of patterns. They're not all going to match. We're going to need to get rid of a bunch of them. Now, a bunch of these we can probably use. And then insert before I kill these. This is like really a lot of stuff going on there in the JavaScript one. Let's just look at what insert before does. Inside, look behind, rest, alias, greedy, helper. Prism also has some helpful functions for modifying language. Prism insert before can be used to modify existing language definitions. So I guess if you set one, then that'll change it. So what is insert before JavaScript keyword? All right, you know, we're gonna kill this and we're gonna add it back if we think that we need it, because why not? Oh, wow, that we did not collapse everything that we needed to. Oh, I think we did. It seems like we got the whole object there. Something was broken. I guess for some reason that didn't also get deleted. All right. We might need to add all of this back in, obviously, but I want to get a basic. I want to get a basic thing working before we add all these more complex things in, because it looks like with the Python and the Ruby and the Java one that, come on, that they're not as nearly as complex as this JavaScript one. Prism.languages.markup, prism.languages.markup, add inline script. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder, might be able to use that for if we did a more robust Cold Fusion one, but we'll get rid of it now. And then prism.languages.cfc equals prism.languages.cfscript. All right, so those are saved. Hop back to our test drive. And we do get some syntax highlighting here. Nice. So this is CFML syntax highlighting now, and it's working, you know, not terribly. We've got our tokens, we've got our function, a string here, concatenating. All right. Let's hop back in here and grab some more code that we want to see. That looks good. Let's hop back. See how a more complex object looks. All right. Top level, string, 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 concat. I mean, all these look, that looks pretty solid to me. That's good. I mean, obviously, if we're just using, we're gonna have to see what differences CF script has from JavaScript, because we can't implement it. Obviously, we're not going to be implementing it exactly. There's some keywords and stuff. So we got comments, vars highlighted, doc equals. These are all strings. Those look good. Nice. I don't remember. I put these together. This is probably all these test things from the last time. So numbers look good. Strings look good. Nested structs look fine. Wow, so many things. Let's see if plus pluses work. They do. Good. All right. So these, okay, yeah, this is a thing that I'm going to need to work on. The Rilo, Lucy script tags, like log file. Okay, let's just grab this and see what happens. All right, so I think we're gonna want these like keywords like log highlighted. Like they should be tokenized. I wonder, so one of the, yeah, just talking to myself here as usual. So we create those, we know we need to build those, and then we're gonna have to make tests too. I wonder, okay, so I mentioned the testing. Add some tests, create a folder, tests, languages, foobar. This is where your test files will live. The test format and how to run the tests is described here. Running the test suite. Writing tests. Thank you for writing tests. You can add new tests by creating a new test case file with the .test extension, tests, languages, language. All language names must match the names of the definition and component. Just put your test file in the directory of the language you want to test. Okay. If you want to test language injection, typically you need to load 2 or more languages. So I don't want to necessarily test that. At first, you need to create a new file in the language directory you want to test. Use a proper name for your test. Please use one case of the following conventions: refuting a GitHub issue ID, a feature. All right, language inclusion. You can use all conventions as a prefix, so string interpolation, feature, inline test is possible. All right, so I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna look at the existing ones, obviously, for other languages. Easy way to create one or multiple new test cases. Create a new file for a new test case. Insert the code you want to test and nothing more. Repeat the first 2 steps for as many cases as you want. All right. I'm gonna get some more visual stuff working, and then I will come back and work on those tests. But I want to see, okay, let's hop back here. We'll have to pull out the stuff that we don't need. Class name pattern. So I'm also trying to like parse this JavaScript in my head to see what it, so prototype is not, and constructor are not something that we're going to be looking for. Maybe component. Let's open up Java. So Java just defines their keywords at the top, which is that also what, it's not what Python did. Well, Python's not extending C-like. String, function, class name, decor. So they do define their keywords there. All right. And then there's the operator list. That's interesting. Okay, so what do we do with keywords in our file? Do we have one? Keyword, we got like next to nothing here. But then keyword has a pattern, which is looking for all of those. I don't remember. I don't consider this cheating. I don't remember how this was done in CF script in the Rouge one. So we defined keywords, component property function public, self types, constants, operators, dotted IDs. All right. What are, I do want to see here. All right, so let's just want to look a little bit more at the docs here. Internal structure. I don't want to just look at the testing. All right, back to the home page. What is it? Sensible class names. Supported languages, plugins, third-party language definitions. Now, I did want to see the API docs, what I wanted to see. Comment. I wanted to see what these particular, if there was a list of, maybe it's on API documentation. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. I mean, learning as we go here. Read the documentation. Okay. Token. Creates a new token. Type. Prism manual. All right, so this is actually, I think what I want to look at is callback, grammar. I don't know if that's from within it. I'm trying to figure out what the specific where is my, what the specific things I can highlight are. You know, I'm trying to do keywords. I'm trying to get a host of keywords, class name. Like, what is class name? When Prism's going to highlight a class name, what does it do? We got numbers, functions, operators. Where are all of these options defined? Like, this is a separate class name. It's like this is the pattern for class names. But you know, where are the docs about that? Where's the doc that lists all of those options? And I'm having a hard time finding them. Hop back over to, let's hop back over to GitHub. Just scroll all the way down. And take a closer look here. Tabs for indentation, spaces for alignment. Add a new language that can test Prism themes. Okay. Not doing that. Components. Those are the various language. The docs are what we're working with. I mean, the themes are what highlight things. So we got language, comment, prologue, like all of these, all of the various tokens here. I wish there were a list of them and an explanation of what they should hold. And one of the things that was nice working with, although I guess I could do that. So if we go to Rouge syntax highlighter, Rouge has examples. So I guess I want to see what the example is for Java and how it's done, and then see how similar that looks if we do this over here. All right, Java. So we're highlighting Java class, but not Java public syntax void. It's slightly different. All right. Prism. So what is the class name? Keyword. What we're going to do here, we're going to start jacking. Rather than jacking, I'm wondering if copying JavaScript off the bat wasn't the best move. What happens if we take something, we take more from Java. We've got our keywords. They get used somewhere, or are they just defined up there? Oh, they're there. All right, here they are, down here, generics. Namespace, insert before, number function, keywords are keywords. Okay. I'm just, it's just not, this is just not clicking for me. Keyword, decorators, well, we don't have decorators. Class names, function, string, triple quoted string interpolation. All right, goodbye Python. For our keywords, I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more from the docs here on what. All right, go back to CF script. Sorry, not making a lot of progress here. Back to the docs. Let's just look at the docs and add in a new language again. We'll start back at the top. Making that, we've got our components. We're extending that. We've built it. The above section already explains the makeup of language definition. So that, I think, is what I'm struggling with. Okay. But maybe this is the section that I need to read a little bit more. Comment, at role, URL. Okay. A regular expression that is the simplest way to express a token. Property accepts another object literal, so I'm not worried about that. Look behind. Comment string, class name. Keyword. So this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so what is this one for? Oh, this is the basic C-like one. Okay. I mean, that looks. The basic C-like one is really good. So we're extending C-like in class name. We've got the Prism C-like class name. So this is an array. How does that work? Comment. It may have been explaining this at the bottom. In most languages, there are multiple different ways of declaring the same constructs, comment strings, and sometimes it is difficult or unpractical to match all of them with one singular regular expression. To add multiple regular expressions for one token name, an array can be used. So I think that's what we're doing here. Class name has the class name from that, and then it also has this separate section, which now that I'm looking at it, I don't think we need. Keywords has two arrays here. Interesting start to them. How do they look? Let's see how they look in C-like. This is starting to make a little more sense. C-like. String, class name, keyword. Like, what if can we just CF script, keyword. We're not doing anything with those C-like keywords. We have kind of crazy, a couple crazy. What I need to really do here is brush up a bit on my regex, so I can actually parse, because I'm looking at this and I'm not actually parsing what is going on. I mean, I know that we're getting the catch or the finally here, but it's for what's going on in here, I honestly couldn't tell you. Same for this one. So let's look at what's going on with keywords. What's going on with keywords in Python? Decorator, keyword. Keyword's just a list. So I'm inclined, let's do it this way. I'm inclined to do it this way. CF script. We're not going to take the JavaScript one. It's at the end of the array. It's the end of the array. We're going to go like this. Keyword. And then I'm going to grab a bunch of the keywords that I had in the Rouge one for CF script. Those aren't really keywords though. Like, what's the definition? What are they? Oh, I guess they are. Okay. We'll grab these. And we will use these as our keywords. We'll just need to break them up with ors. That number, let's check the number definition for, I don't know, Java, because that'll be closer if there is one in here. I mean, this regex is like, woof, next level. Class highlighting, nested generics, packages will be hidden in namespace, knowledge now. Like, what in the world? What in the world is going on here with these numbers? That's the Java one for numbers. We'll go Python again and see what's going on with numbers. Also really crazy looking. So we know we have operators and Booleans. I mean, the Python one so far is the one that I'm able to parse the most clearly. But like, what is going? These number regex are outrageous. Like, so let's just see here. If I highlight this one, make a new page. That's the Python one. And then what if I grab the one from Java? Are they the same? Oops. Are they the same? Not exactly. I mean, it is like, I don't know if I had any, did I have any number thing in here? And if I did, I'm not even sure what it would have been trying to capture. Various true, false, and keywords. I mean, that was the number, the various, okay, so there was a handful of number rules that were used there in Rouge. But like, oh my heavens. I'm inclined to say that if we're going to copy, well, let's look at the JavaScript number one too. But if we're going to copy one, we're going to copy Java's. Yeah, because we don't have these. So let's hop over to Java, and we'll base our number highlighting on that. We'll move that over to CF script, and we'll get rid of that, and we'll drop in this. Allow for all non-ASCII characters for functions. So, okay, we have our operator list here. And these are, I mean, the escaping that you have to do on these is a bit of a pain. And then what do we have for, so this also appears to be extending the class name up here. I believe it is. So if we do this, we should be able to add another one in, and I think we can get rid of this. Class interface extends implement instead of new. We're going to hop over to Rouge and see what we have. So we did keywords. These, I think, are closer to what we wanted for class interface extends implements instance of new. And what did I copy here? Component, well, class name. It's going to be what follows those. So it's going to be what follows. I guess it could follow any of those. Let's do this. Okay, let's drop those in and see if we want to add new to these. That in and add new, I think, maybe. But instead of having this down here, let's just grab this and move it. Because that was, right, that was class name? Yeah, it's class name. We'll stick this up in here as part of that array. So then we have keywords. Numbers are, I mean, whatever. function, I'm not sure what we're trying to grab here with function. So let's look at Java, see if Java is a function one. Okay, so we're doing that, and then, you know what? I think, once again, the Java is going to be our guide here for functions. So we have class names, keywords, numbers, function, and then operators. First, let's hop through the Java operators. They're all or separated. Interesting. So I would think, I'm just trying to think of what operators in here are ones that these double arrows. I don't think we have those. I'm gonna look at the operators that I had in Rouge. I think I had something called operators, and then I got to figure out where types go. All right, so these are the operators. Just grab this, stick it in here, comment it out. Because we have a bunch of those random language-based ones. I'm also wondering, so we have all these, like, Cold Fusion has all these, well, I guess types aren't necessarily something that, let's go to the Java one. Is there any, like, there's no type. So are types just keywords in here? Like if we search for integer, that's not there. Oh, we have int. I mean, the key, so all of the, for Java, all of the keywords, all of the types are put in keywords. What about for Python? Python, like where's int? Or like integer. Those are built-ins. Interesting. Okay. And for Python, that's where we see int, we see file, ID, float. I mean, that seems okay. So let's go with built-ins, and then Booleans. Built-ins, Booleans, and punctuation. Built-in and Boolean seem like they're things that we're going to want to add. So we're still working on operators, but we're also going to want to include built-ins and Booleans. All right, so for built-ins, I'm going to grab the types from the Rouge one. We'll see if these work. And we'll drop them in that. We might need to put CFs to figure out where we're going to put CFs tags. True, false, none. So how do we do Booleans over here? There's all these constants, so annoying. Then we have, those are the operators. True, false. All right. True is only in here once. Is yes in here is a question. It's not. And CF is a little bit flexy with yes and no. But I guess we will go with just true, false. But if we're doing those, I imagine that's going to be the same as C-like. I mean, that's pretty classic Boolean. Yeah, true, false. Now, I'm not sure the casing works, so we might need to check that, but that seems pretty solid. Okay, so hop back to CF script. Booleans, we're just going to roll with what was there already. Okay, so operators are something that we got to take care of now. If I remember correctly, the top ones that we have in there are the JavaScript ones, and the bottom ones are the Java ones. Just make a note here because I'm going to need to wrap up soon. It's almost been going an hour. So for keywords, function, number, operator is the two-lined one. So the two-lined one here is Java. Make a note for myself. Java operators, and then these would be JavaScript operators. Okay. And you know what we'll do? We'll just, I think we're going to start with the, we'll start with the Java ones for now. I wonder with all these changes that we've made, what, let's grab our test file from here. Well, obviously I didn't take care of any of these keywords, which I'm going to need to. But I wonder if we grab some more code from the top, how like this, for example, would look in our test drive. So we put this in, and we say we're running CFML. What do we got here? Not strings. Default's getting highlighted there. Function, but we're not getting component or property. Now, where should those be coming from? Component and property are both under class names, but I probably need to adjust this regex a little further than either that or figure out how they're exactly supposed to work there. All right. Well, that's been an hour of me poking and prodding and not getting terribly far, but certainly getting things started. You know, I'm going to need to get a better grasp of the regex that's being run so that I can write tests to make sure that the tokens are actually being captured properly. But I do think that it'll be worth it. I mean, I think Prism has 230 something languages that it provides syntax highlighting for, so Cold Fusion really should be one of them. And that will ultimately make blogging on 11D that much easier to get the syntax highlighting for my code. So thanks for hanging along. That's part one. We'll see what happens in part two. But have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Goodbye.